Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning. Not so happy here. It's raining. I feel like crap. But yesterday I wanted to do this, but I was going over so much. So we're going to get into it today, okay? Unspoken Butterfly, good morning. Witchy E, good morning and welcome. Tammy Lou, good morning. Pinky, Christine, good morning from Colorado. Hope you're having better weather than us. I've come across some things that I think you guys are going to find really interesting. And we're going to go over it. I'm going to break it down into a few different videos, but this one is going to be interesting. Laura from South Florida, I bet you're getting better weather. Well, I hope you're getting better weather than us and not getting that storm. MCK from Sacramento, California. It's raining there as well. Oh, boy. Nana, good morning. Leslie, good morning. Karen from Portland, Oregon. Good morning. Good morning from Cali. Spunky, good morning. Good morning. Miss Lori, good morning from Alabama. That's another state that I want to go to is Alabama. Melody, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Christine Isabel, good morning. Okay, so let me get this pulled up. So we're going to get into it, you guys, and things that I have come across is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, Mari, hello, good morning. Kara, good morning from Alberta, Canada, fellow Canadian. Whoop, whoop. I'm in Canada too, so good morning. You guys are a couple hours behind us. I'm on the East Coast, so you're closer to the BC side. So good morning. You're what, 3 hours behind, 2 hours behind us? So good early morning to you. Ms. Lori says good morning from Oklahoma. Free to be me from Oklahoma. And Miss Lori Smith says, come visit us. I'd love to come. I would love to get out there. Toot, good morning, my love. Joan Marie from North Carolina. Good morning. Sybil, good morning. East Utah. Should be almost 80 today. Love you too. Oh, I wish. I can't wait for the warm weather, you guys, and to start feeling better. It's like, especially the allergy season is upon us. Mother Nature is bipolar. She doesn't know if she wants to give us some snow or some, like a couple days ago, it was like 76. It was beautiful. Today it's raining. It's cold. If it was a couple degrees colder here, we would be having snow. It's crazy. And it's just sending everybody's getting colds. Everybody's getting sick, allergies. My rose bush started blooming and now it's like, it wants a blanket. One rose bush. My other ones died. Good morning, Joan Marie. Kara, 2 hours behind. Okay, BC is 3, so you're 2. It's only 9 a.m. there. Nana. I'm here for all things Willow. Darling. But Stuart, very windy here yesterday, just in time for Fluster the Golfers at the Masters. Yeah, it's really windy here too. They're saying that we're going to get some wind damage with this storm going through. Hopefully we don't lose internet. That's all I care. Okay, so let's get into this, you guys. Lots of things that I have caught. I've been watching the interviews. I've been watching Nancy Grace. And you guys know I only go for the verified stuff here. And there's some interesting facts that I have picked up on. Okay. We know Katie said that when she woke up in the morning, he was gone. We know Chris says that he was out working in Memphis or something. He wasn't home, hadn't been home since the beginning of February, which is odd. I went over that in my last read on this. Marriage was in trouble, I believe. So sorry for the cough, you guys. My allergies are through the roof. Where was I now? We know that they did this 3-way call thing. We're going to get into that too, and why possibly they did that. Just a bunch of stuff that just doesn't make sense. We're going to take a tour of this house, and we're going to see exactly where things were. Okay? We're going to have a really in-depth look. But what I want you to look at right now, this picture that I have on the screen, let me make it big. Okay, so the picture I have here on the screen. Good morning, Get. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So what we're looking at now, these are the pictures of when the house was last listed for sale. This is big, okay? So they bought the house. We're going to go over all of this because I really think this could play into some of what is going on in this marriage, okay? They bought the house on September 16th, 2022, so a year and a half ago. They bought it for $641,000. Let's keep that in mind. We're going to get into it, Miss Lori. Let me get my information out, and then we can talk about it as we are hitting each topic so we can stay on track. I've got this all written out in the order I want to do it in, but we are going to get to that. Okay, so here is the house and what it looked like when it was up for sale, right? Right here. Now, I want to show you something because I want to see if you guys can pick this out. This is what the house looks like now. The front door. We're looking right at the front door. What do you guys notice here? What do you guys notice? I'm going to wait and see what comes up in chat here. You're very welcome. Like I said, I've got things in order the way. We're going to start right at the front door, you guys. So here's the front door. There's a big tree. Yep. In the photos, I've just like zoomed in on this because I think it's important. Okay. There we go. There, you see the ADT sign right here? So when this house was up for sale, this house is equipped with ADT security. Okay, the tree's still there. This is just a closer up picture. This one here. Okay, this one is taken from Google Earth. I'm on Google Earth on this. Okay. This is like a different angle. You can see this is basically taken head on. This photo here is taken from the angle. But what I wanted you to see is this here, the ADT. Okay. Now, how many of you guys have been watching all the interviews and everything with Katie and Chris? So now we know that this house is equipped with security. It's got ADT. Now, did they keep it activated? We don't know. We don't know. Now, my thoughts are, she says she works for Brinks Installation. Why isn't there a Brinks security system on that house? She works for them. She does installations. Big red flag there. Why don't they have the Brinks on their own house when they clearly see that this house was protected with ADT before. So if I'm buying a house and I see a security system and I look around the neighborhood and I see, people have security systems, I'm going to keep the security system. There's a reason for it, right? Especially in higher priced houses. They paid $641,000 for it. Let's keep that in mind. Okay. Now, because she works for Brinks, okay, let's get rid of the ADT and get the Brinks installed. Everything is there. The wiring and everything is there for it already. It's not like they got to punch new holes in a wall, anything like that. They can take this system off, like the box for it and everything, and connect their own systems to it. Okay? There's more. Miss Lori says, I never noticed that sign. Well, there's more that I noticed here, okay? So that's the one thing. And you notice this outside light is on. Does this light always stay on? We don't know. We're going to try and catch it in this because we're going to go to this next. Because this is recent. This is just recently. The data for this is 2024. So I'm sure that this was just recently. So this is the old pictures from when the house was for sale. There's also there's no bars on the windows. No, those are plantation blinds, which is going to be another factor that we're going to talk about. Hello, Felicity. Hello, hello. Yeah, it's dull, damp, cold, rainy, everything here too. So I feel ya. And I'm not even going to try and say where you're from in the UK. Worcester, I think it's pronounced. I'm not sure, so please forgive me if I pronounce that wrong. Carolette, hello, hello, hello. And we got Liz and Anna Marie. Hello, everybody. So let's get rid of that for now, okay? Because I want to go into this. Now, like I said, this is Google Earth, and this is 2024. So this is recent. Now, this here is Sebastian's bedroom. We're going to see everything, you guys. The ADT sign is gone. Now, even if you didn't want to put a security system on your house, why wouldn't you just leave that sign there? Because people see ADT and it's like, okay, they got an alarm, ain't going to go there, but it's gone. Okay. Now, what else do we see here? For you guys who have been following this case religiously, I don't know if I can zoom in more. No. Okay. Witchy E, hello, hello, hello. I'm waiting for everybody else to tell me what they notice. If you've been watching all their interviews, I don't see that light on in this picture. We're gonna get off the front of this house after this comes out. This is Sebastian's bedroom right here. They got the plantation blinds. They're these wooden blinds. You've got to like pull them open. They're on hinges, and they've got like little bars going down like the middle of the window here where you can open and close the blinds. See how these ones are open? But they close on the window. You can open these right up, each side of these. Okay, but we're still on the outside, Akira. Let's stay focused here. We're going to get to that. I'm talking about outside the house right now. Right here. What do you guys notice? I'm going to give it a second to see if you guys can notice what I'm noticing. So I'm going to say this was probably March when they went down here, because this is 2024. The sun's out. No, I think the walkway is still the same. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Nope, the walkway's the same. This is just a different angle, you guys. Okay, this walkway, let me just make this one smaller. The walkway is still the same. You see this line here on each side? That's this, and that's this. The walkway is still the same. It's just, it's taking at a different angle. The picture itself is at a different angle. This is important. Okay. Once I say, okay, let's stay focused here, you guys, because we're going to get into all this. We're going to get into the three-way. We're going to get into the security. We're going to get into all of that, but let's stay focused. What is missing from this picture? Somebody. Yeah, the blinds on his bedroom are shut, but we don't know when this, exactly the date that this was taken. Does he always have them shut? Does he have them open? We don't know. The garden lights. The garden lights. Where's the garden lights? No. This is a picture of recently. The other picture that I showed you at the front of the house was when they bought the house in 2022. The alarm sign is gone. We've already said that. And this is what it is. It's the garden lights. If you remember in one of Katie's interviews, I believe it was Nancy Grace, and this is important, okay? Nancy Grace asked about lights, right? And Katie says, oh, there's no lights outside. And if you remember watching Chris's face, I do. And then she says, oh, well, all that was on, and this is important, you guys, all that was on was the solar lights that come on in my garden. There's no solar lights. You don't see any solar lights here. None. Zero. Zilch. None. And then Chris pipes in and he says, well, there's lights above the garage that are always on. Right? She says the only lights that were on would have been the solar lights that come on because they come on automatically, right? But there's none there. So to me, this is very interesting because in her head, when she's asked that question quickly, it takes her a minute. No, there was no lights on. Oh, well, yeah, the solar lights in my garden. She's thinking of all the lights that are on, but there's no solar lights here. She also mentions a floodlight, and I see one floodlight right here that would, I guess, bounce off of this. It's not on either, okay? So I don't see solar lights. Now, the next thing that I want to go to is, let's go down the street here. And we're going to zoom in. This light is on. See that? It's in the day, and this light is on. Now, there's a few things in this photo that are red flags for me. Dory, that is the garden that she's talking about in the front. because there's no garden in the back. I got pictures of the back too. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I got photos of the back of the house too. She said solar lights in the garden. This is the only garden that is there. There's no garden in the back. I've got pictures of all the backyard. Don't you worry. You guys know I come with receipts and I go by verified facts. There's no safe room under the house, but we do know we're gonna get to there. There's something. We're gonna get to there. Okay? Okay. You see this? This is taken during the day. This light is on. When she was asked about the lights, all she said was solar lights. Did she turn these lights off for some reason? Because I believe he never made it home. And if this light is always on, that poses another problem, right? There's these two garage lights. If they're always on, it poses another problem, right? Everybody's talking about, she said that Sebastian took the garbage out. Where would Sebastian have to go to get the garbage? Here's the garbage. He would have been seen because this would have been all lit up. This would have all been lit up. And if this one night she happened to turn these lights off, why? And if he's going out to put the garbage out and the light's not on, why wasn't it turned on so he could see? Because this is where they keep the garbage. Okay, Lisa, we are not going to do that. Seth has nothing to do with this. Seth has nothing to do with this. We're not going to victim shame. He is a victim just like Sebastian. This happened on Katie's watch. Oh, okay. Sorry about that then. Lisa says his health. I do know that he has been going to see the doctor. I've heard him talk about that, but let's stay on track here. Here's the garbage. He would have had to take that garbage from here down to here. These lights, as Chris said, are always on. So, why were those lights off that night if she says they weren't on? She said the only lights that were on that night were her solar lights in the garden, which we see aren't there. These lights, they say, are always on. Then he would have been seen taking out this garbage. Here's the garbage. He would have been seen. He would have been seen. Liz says it's possible the light burnt out. No, there's people that have been driving by that house and those lights are both on. So if they weren't on that night, if they were on that night, all this area would have been lit up and they would have been able to see Sebastian getting the garbage and bringing it down here with these lights on. It wasn't pitch black. If these lights were on, were those lights turned off? Here's the backyard, you guys. And we're going to get to the backyard. Now, I believe it's the house here. One of these two houses across the street. one of these got the video and said that you could only see, it was very grainy. You couldn't tell who it was taking out the garbage. Well, if these lights were on, you would have been able to see. You may not have been able to see them way up here, but that camera would have picked up somebody under these lights, coming by these lights to take the garbage. Right? Mo, we are not going to victim shame. Seth was nowhere around. Seth was at work. And I just said, we are not going to victim shame. So you're going to go on a timeout. Mods, if you can, please watch that. If people are victim shaming with Seth, Seth's been the only one out there looking for his son. Hello. Shh. Hello, 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 and welcome. Good to see you back. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so yes, the police said they couldn't see. So even if these lights were on, you wouldn't be able to see probably up in this area here once they got past these lights. But whoever went and got this garbage, I've got cameras. I got cameras all around my house. You would have at least, this would have been lit up. You would have been able to see this area here. Once they got probably up past here, probably not. Always. And thank you, Anna Marie. I've got this. I'm going in order, regardless of what's being said in chat. I'm going to continue going in order. There's a reason to it, and I don't want to get sidetracked. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate it very much. Okay, so we have, and this is, let's go over here. See, that other picture was kind of taken this way. And I'm trying to catch to see if that outside light over here stays on too. We just can't see it. Come on. Yeah, we can't see if that outside light stays on too. See, so with these lights on, you guys, this area all would have been lit up. You would have at least been able to see on camera who was at the garbage and who was coming by the garage here. Like I said, probably not so much down here, but back here, yes. Miss Lori, thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate you. So let's go into, before we go and look at the house, because I find this is interesting. This is what I come across with the property details of this house, okay? They bought the house September 16th, 2022 for $641,000. Now, what has happened over the last 2 years since they bought for $641,000? The houses in the area have lost about their value, about $140,000, $100,000. The median sale price of a home in 37075, which is their postal code right here, full address 37075, is $540,000. So we're going to scroll up here a bit. I forget which part I seen it in, but we're going to look at it. Annie says, I haven't caught a live stream of yours in a couple of weeks, sending love and giving thanks for helping Sebastian's name out there. You're welcome. And thank all you guys. You guys too. You guys too. You guys are helping keeping his name out there. So thank you so much. So they bought it for $641,000. The houses in that area are now worth $540,000. Now I do have. Let me just go here. I do have. Here we go. Here. So. Now, 118 Stafford Court is worth $795, and we know they're at 1008, right? This one is a huge house, like a lot more square footage, 3,717 square footage. So it's listed for it's worth $795. These houses are only Chris and Katie's house, and the houses beside them are only around the 2,900 square feet, 2,100 square feet. Look at look at the price that they're worth. This one's $594, and this one on the other side of them, oh my gosh, the one on the other side of them is worth $544. The 1,009 is, I think, pretty close to theirs. So this is the one which is $597. Right? Which one is that? That's 10. Oh, across the street. Okay. So this one and this one. Is this the 2000? Okay, so here's the 2007, I think, or is it this one? Hang on, let's see. Let's get the proper numbers here, you guys. Okay, so this one's the 2007. This one's the bigger house. This is $597,000. And this one here, similar to the Proudfoot's, about the same one level type thing, with the garages, the 3-car garage and everything. This one is listed for $544. So their house would, look at 1,011, $553, 1,006. This is another bigger house, $589, $537. They've lost about $100,000 in value on their house. So it's dropped over $100,000, or pretty close to $100,000. So I found that, which I found was interesting. See, look at this one, $550. Now $660, because that's a huge house. What else did I find out? Oh, there's a huge flood factor, a major flood factor for their house. Again, Annie, thank you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate you. Much love. And it is in a major flood factor area, a 71% chance of flooding in the next 30 years. Major flood factoring here. And as we can see on Google Earth, any rain that happens, you guys, is coming down this hill and down here. Like, this is on a hill. There's a hill back here. It comes down, and then it comes down again. Look at that. So all this rain is all coming down this way towards these houses here. So that's a major flood factor. I remember a house that I owned, and that's one of the reasons I sold it, because I was in like a dip like this. So I was getting all the rainwater, and our basement would flood with 2 feet of rainwater and sewage every time we had a major rainstorm. So I can just imagine. Okay, so there is a major heat factor. So a lot to cool the place in the summer, stuff like that. Wind factors, moderate. Air factors, minor. Now, here's another thing. This is very car dependent area, so there's not public transportation. Okay. Somewhat bikeable. Only 14% out of 100 bikeable. So it's, to live in this area, you would need a vehicle to really get around to places. These are the schools that are around the area. This is what it would cost a month just for the basics, right? The mortgage, taxes, and insurance. It's $4,000. That's not including your heat, your hydro, your cable, your phones, this, that, your groceries, all that stuff. It's $4,000 a month just for that home, okay? Property taxes, homeowners insurance, and mortgage payment, okay? Almost $4,000 a month. Okay, where did I see what I want to... It was built in 2005. So it was initially listed for $700,000, $700,500 in July of 2022. August, they dropped it to $675, and then it was sold September 16th, 2022 for $641. Nothing has happened between September 16th, 2022 to today, because today it's showing you anything between then and today. This is the last entry, September 19th, 2022, and it was sold, and that's what they bought it for, $641. Now, where did I see... Okay, there's an interesting, so it's public water and public sewer, $2,500 a year in taxes. I think it's here. Hang on. So they got garage door opener and irrigation system, fenced backyard, screened patio. It's made of brick. Where is that I seen it? Oh, here we go. See this? There's a crawl space underneath that house. There's a crawl space underneath that house. So a lot of people are saying there's no basement. There was no basement. It's built on a slab. No, there's a crawl space underneath that house. Now, how big is it? How deep is it? How high is it? We don't know. We don't know. Total of 9 parking spots. Has a garage, 3 spaces in the garage, open space parking for 6. Attached garage. Electricity is estimated at $233 a month. So that's like every 2 months, $460, almost $500. Okay, so that's that. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to stop sharing this. Well, so we can just do this. Okay. So now we're going to look at this house. So again, here's the front door. Let me just check the chat first. Yeah, it's probably not that deep for the most part, but we don't know how deep it is. But a person could crawl in it, yes. There is, yeah, it's odd that there is a crawl space because of the flood zone, right? So it's odd that they would have a crawl space And I think that's what these vents maybe could be for. I don't know. Yes, bring Sebastian home. I'm just reading some of these comments, you guys. Yes, chat all over the place. That's why I'm not going to even try and keep an eye on chat as I'm going through this, because I have things in order the way I want to do this. So, because it's going to make sense when we start going through the house. Well, there is a crawl space. It's on the listing for the house. Yes, that's probably what these vents are for on the side of the house here. Elle says all homes have crawl space if you don't have a basement. Okay, so there's a couple of other things that I have also. I don't know if they bought the furniture with the house. I don't know. Has furniture been changed out? Have they bought some of the furniture? And we're going to get into that as to why I'm saying that. Okay, you're going to see. But first, there's a couple of other things that she says. And I wanted to get through this before we start going through the house, because we're going to go from the front door right through this house, so we can see exactly where things are. Okay. Now, she says, I went and got him up for school and he wasn't there. Well, how can you go and get him up for school if he wasn't there? Things to ponder. Okay. Let's keep these red. These are big red flags to me. When she says she hears a thump, when she says this, when she says that, we're going to go right in this front door and we are going to see every inch of this house. The layout, which way things go, where the dogs were, everything. Okay? How can you say a comment like that? Right? I went and got him up for school. That implies that you went and woke him up for school, but he wasn't there. Very contradictory of what she just said. She said when he wasn't there, she called Chris. And Chris said, well, look beside the bed. Look this, look that. We're going to see the setup of this room. Look here, look there. Okay? Let's keep the timeline. Okay? Because they say they called the police at 20 after 6. She went in there just around 6. She went and woke him up, but he wasn't there. Well, how can you wake up somebody that's not there? So she calls Chris. Chris tells her to look around. She then says that she searched this whole house. It's not really a huge house, but it's big enough, right? So Chris is on the phone and she says she's going all through this house. She can't find him. How long does it take to get through that house? She can't find him. Another comment that Chris made was, I told her to go back home because the police were on their way. Remember that 3-way call? Why did they call 3-way? He says he called right to the sheriff's office instead of 911. Why did he call? Why did he call? And I went over this and over this. If Katie calls Chris, I can't find Sebastian. He's not here. He's telling her to look here, look there, look here, look here. But how can she look there if she's not there? Right? Because later on he says, well, get back to the house because the cops are on their way. So she's talking to him and she's not even in the house, is what I've picked up. I believe that there was another part where she did say that she left that house. But she doesn't say that in Nancy Grace interview. Why was that left out? Now let's get back to Katie calling Chris, and they're on the phone, and she can't find him. So Chris decides he's going to call the sheriff's office instead of calling 911. Either way, because she has called Chris and then Chris on three-way calls, there's no way to trace where he was when that call was made. Did she do the three-way? Did Chris do the three-way? Was Chris even in Memphis? Could he have left his phone there? And this is all just a setup for what was going to happen come morning? So that's interesting to me that if she, and you only have 20 minutes from the time she says she went in and woke him up for school and he wasn't there, which is odd, an odd comment, to calling Chris, looking all over the house, in and out of the closets and everything she said. And there's lots of closets in this house. There's an upstairs above the garage. There's a garage. There's an outside, like areas, the lawns, the backyard. How much can you really get done in 20 minutes and get in a car and go looking around? I find that odd because Chris said in an interview, I told her to get back home because the police were on their way. When did she leave that house in the car? Because she said she drove around the neighborhood looking for him. How much can you get done in that short of time? Because don't forget, it's going to take time. Get your keys, grab your purse, lock the doors, get in the car, out the garage door, close the garage door, go look around, get back. What? It doesn't make sense. None of that makes sense. Multiple times, Katie says, I don't know why he went out the front door. So she's putting it, she's not saying that he's kidnapped, that he was taken from the house. There's no forced entry, so we know there was no break-in. They also say, what I find is interesting, that there's two entrances and exits to the house. The front door and the door to go out the back, but they said that they have a couch in front of that, so you can't use that door. There's four. There's four entrances and exits from that house, not two. And we're going to see them. So why does she say there's only two entrances and exits from that house? There's four. We're going to see it once we go in this front door. We're going to see it. Chris kind of put a kink in her plan when she was saying that there's no lights on outside except for now these solar lights that aren't there. Because to me, that tells me she turned those lights off at the garage for a reason. Because with it being so dark, you can't see who's in the car, who's not in the car. You can't see anything going to the garbage cans. But those lights are usually always on. Why this one night they're not on? The one night they're not on. And who runs away? Okay, she's got this thing that he left of his own free will. I don't know why he went out that front door, she says, implying that he ran away. Number one, what would make him run away? I think that there was a lot more abuse going on in that house than what was been talked about. Because in my last video, I brought this up too, that Chris ratted himself out when he said to Nancy Grace, well, when she asked about the belt incident, he says, oh, that was like, what? Like, he kind of shook his head because Katie started to answer it. And then Nancy Grace cut her off and wanted to hear from Chris. And then Chris kind of like, oh my God, like shook his head before he started answering it. And he said it was like years ago, right? But then in another interview, he says, well, how do you punish a 15-year-old? You whack him with the belt. I whacked him with the belt once. How else do you punish a 15-year-old? Well, wait a minute. You said you whacked him with the belt. It never happened again, and it happened 3 years ago. But Sebastian only turned 15 in December. At the time of that interview, it was 2.5, 3 months prior to that interview. Not years, months. Why'd they lie? He ratted himself when he said, how else do you punish a 15-year-old? You whack him with the belt. Sebastian turned 15 in December. So Katie says he ran away. Why'd he run away? I think there was a lot more abuse that had been going on for years and years. And I think it finally came to a head. And I think Katie and Chris were worried as time was coming closer that Sebastian was going to live with Seth. They were worried about him telling Seth about all this abuse, and the cops come knocking on their door to arrest them for child abuse. Especially when Chris is trying to get custody of his daughter, which will never happen. Never happen. And this is why I think Sebastian is missing, is because they were afraid of him telling Seth about all the abuse that he had been enduring over years. And I think this belt incident was one of the last straws with Sebastian. And I think leading up to him going missing, this probably factored in why Chris was not coming home until Sebastian was gone. Because the most recent abuse with the belt had been since this past December, in the last few months. This guy couldn't help himself from beating up kids. His ex-wife told us he backhanded her daughter and split open her lip. This guy has a history of abuse. And I think Sebastian overheard a lot of their phone conversations. I don't think Seth wanted Sebastian there anymore. And I think Sebastian started getting really terrified, wondering when's the next beating coming. And he probably started saying stuff to Katie about it. And Katie said something to Seth, to Chris. And Chris decided, well, you know what? Just so I don't put my hands on him leading up to these couple months before he's going to his dad's, I don't want nothing fresh in his mind. I'm just going to stay away until he's gone. But I don't think Katie could wait for Sebastian to go to his dad's. I think she was worried about him still telling on them and them getting charged and arrested and thrown in jail for all the abuse that they did to Sebastian. And they're still abusing him now. They're degrading him, humiliating him. That's abuse. They're still doing it to today. Right? And I do believe that they were worried, terrified that Sebastian was going to tell Seth and they would be arrested. I don't think Katie wanted to wait any longer to be back with her husband. Look at where she is. She's not at home trying to wait for her son to come home. She's off with her husband. She quit her job. She stopped going to school and she took off with her husband because he's more important than anything. And I believe she found out that he had been messing around with other women and she started getting scared about losing him. And the only way to keep him was to be with him. And she couldn't be with him when she had Sebastian. She couldn't just hand Sebastian over to Seth because Sebastian would have told Seth about all the abuse and they would have been arrested. That's my take. Again, with this running away, oh, he ran away. I remember running away. I remember running away from abusive homes, foster homes, detention centers, you name it. And what did I take? I didn't take all my stuff, but I took my favorite things. And I had shoes on my feet and a coat on, but I took a few of my special things, right? Whatever I could fit in my backpack. Sebastian didn't take nothing. He didn't even put shoes on. Nope. No. 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 He was not kidnapped. He did not run away. What happened to Sebastian? Could they have already been facing financial difficulties? Even if they want to sell that house now, it's dropped $100,000 in price from the time they bought it. They've only owned it a year and a half. They don't even have any equity in it yet. So let's go through this house. Who wants to go through the house? Put a 1 in chat if you want to go through the house. Okay, we're going to go through the house. So we're going to start at the front door, you guys, and we're going to see every inch of this house. Every inch. And I'm going to point out some things that Katie lied about. Number one are those lights for the garage. There's no lights in front in the garden. We've seen that. She said there was only 2 entrances and exits. Here's one, this front door. There's 1 exit. Let's count them, you guys. Diane Kelly says, I've seen them already. Okay, well, a lot of people haven't, so we're going to go through them. So here's front door. Next. I want to go here. I can't see them on my screen. Here's the front door again. Here's the side. This is where they would have had the garbage. Look at the lights are on. Even in the real estate pictures, the lights are on. We're inside the house. This is inside the front door. As soon as you come in the front door, you got a little alcove here. There's a closet here. There's an opening right here. Okay? No worries. We're going to see it all, you guys. Okay? Took me a long time to get these pictures in order. And when I didn't have them in order and I missed a picture, I had to erase it all and start all over again. It's crazy. I don't know how to do this very well, you guys. So I just had to erase it all and start all over from the beginning. It was a pain in my ass. So here's the front door. Here's that where I said, here's the dining room. Look at this. And this is why I'm questioning if they bought some of the furniture from this house. And I'm going to show you why. Where's that damn picture? Hang on. Let me get it. You see this picture? See this chair? Look at the backing of this chair. I pay attention to details, you guys. I pay attention to details. Look at this. See this here? See this chair? See the backing? How there's this loop and that comes back up. See how it goes down like this? Look at this chair. And look at how it goes down. This is the same dining room set. This is the same dining room set. These pictures that I'm showing you are from when the house was last up for sale before Katie and Chris bought it. This is the same chair. So they have this. There's other photos of them and Sebastian. There's a picture of Sebastian standing beside this table that shows these legs, the beige seating, and this whole chair. So they have this set. So they could have. No. Liz Stewart says they could have bought the model house, which was furnished. No, this was not a model house. This house was bought in this house was built in 2005. That's why I went through all the information on the house first. This house was built in 2005. They bought it in 2022. So this house was like, what, 18 years old when they bought it? Lala, what's the point? You know what? I have no patience today for ignorant or rudeness at all. Hang on a sec, you guys. How about that? How about that? Okay, I'm going to keep my thing open here. Just give me a second, you guys. Absolutely. So, goodbye, Lala. You don't have to be here. I want people here that are interested in this and looking for clues. You want to be negative, Nancy. You want to be rude. Go somewhere else. Goodbye. Okay. So, I did notice that. Okay. That they obviously still have this kitchen set. So, what do we see in this picture? There's the front door. We're going to check out this, I think this Sebastian side first. Okay, so this here is an opening for the kitchen. Here's the kitchen over here. We're going to see that in a bit. But I just want to go through and show you guys all of this. Okay, so here we were standing here looking this way. There's the kitchen. This is the door to go out the garage. Okay. So as we seen in this photo, see this door here? There's a door there. This goes into the garage. This also goes up into the kitchen. That's where this door leads to. You go down some stairs, you can go out the side, or you can go into the garage. This is off the kitchen. You can look over here, and when they are sitting, the picture I showed you of Chris and Katie sitting there doing the interview, they were sitting probably in this chair here because you could see this corner of this cabinet. You could also see into that side room. So maybe they were kind of sitting here and the picture was taken on an angle this way because you can see into the room that's over there. I don't know why we're back here. Hang on a sec, you guys. Okay, so this is another angle. There's that dining room. We're going to start on this side of the house. Here's the front door. Okay, there's a little alcove over there. Here's a closet door. And I'm showing you this because she said she had to go around the house and look for Sebastian. Okay. This hallway here, there's a bathroom here. If you go this way, you go to Sebastian's room. If you go this way, you go to Faith's room. There's that half bathroom that we just seen the door to. Okay. There it is right there. That's that half bathroom. You can tell, see this little garbage thing here? You can see part of the toilet with this bucket beside it. That's it right there. So that's the half bathroom. Here's Sebastian's bedroom. So you would turn right. And this is Sebastian's bedroom setup. And what is odd is each bedroom has its own bathroom. This is a 3.5 bathroom home. Here's Sebastian's bathroom. So he didn't even have to come out to go to the bathroom. He had a bathroom, an ensuite bathroom. Here's Faith's bedroom. Okay, you can see the closet in the mirror here, over here. And then there is also a bathroom in Faith's bedroom. This would be at the back of the house. There's Faith's bathroom. So let's go back to the living room. So now behind us here, if you're standing in front of this chair, behind us is the entrance to the hallway to Faith's bedroom over here, Sebastian's bedroom over here. This is the hallway to the front door. This is the kitchen. This is that other little room. Here is another door to outside. So now we're at 3. We got the front door. We got the door off the kitchen, go into the garage to get out. Here's another door to get out. That's 3. Hang on a sec, you guys. Goodbye, Praystone. Don't have time for you. Yes, these are pictures from when the house was listed, but we do know that they've actually kept some of this furniture because we see them sitting on it. Let me just see here and chat for a minute, you guys. If that Praystone hashtag Lala comes back, let me know because I will screenshot it and report it to YouTube for the multiple pages and coming in harassing. And they have no idea what they're talking about because this house wasn't a brand new build. It was like 18 years old. They bought it off other people. It wasn't a show home. It wasn't a display home. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about coming in here causing problems. Hang on a sec, guys. I just gotta screen capture this. Hang on. Okay, hang on a sec, you guys. I just gotta report this. Just give me a second, you guys. Okay. Just keep deleting them. Don't block, you guys. Just delete it or block them, whatever. I don't care. I just got to be able to still see them because I've just reported them all. Yeah, imagine that. Like here we are trying to help get some clues and stuff and see how the layout is, what we can figure out from this, what could Katie actually see, hear, stuff like that. And you got to have trolls like that. They're jealous people is what they are. But them saying that they have multiple accounts, that's okay because I just reported them all. And when you coming after people that don't have a channel is one thing, but when you come after creators, that's harassment. And doing it with different names, there's going to be some problems. But anyway, thank you, Mod. You guys are doing an awesome job getting rid of these trolls. Yes, if it was built on a concrete slab, there'd be no vents there. There's vents there because there's a crawl space under the house. It's even on the listing. So don't worry about these idiots, what they're doing, what they're saying. They're just trolling. Nightstar, we do get to see some indication. I just showed a picture that showed that they did keep some of the dining room furniture. I don't know, Trip Dog. If they had an alarm on the house, it probably would, but I don't know. And yes, there was 2 Brinks security vans in their driveway a couple of mornings ago. So are they getting the house wired up now? I don't know. But I didn't hear 3. I seen pictures of 2 vans. And that's what I mean, Poppy, be careful where you're getting information from because a lot of people just put it out there to exaggerate things. So, but the truth is there was 2 Brinks trucks in the driveway What they were doing, why they were there, we don't know. And also Katie's van. So I guess that would be 3, but the Katie's van one was already there. I'm going to say one thing. Nobody's been ruled out. Nobody's been ruled out. Yeah, the 2 Briggs vans, and the other van was her van. Remember, they wouldn't let anybody check it or whatever. Nancy Grace asked about that van. I get it. I'm just pointing out that there is still furniture that had been there before. It's important to me for other reasons. How much of this furniture did they keep? Because to me, if they end up going through that house, I heard FBI was interested in the house. I didn't want to say nothing about it because I know that they'd already been there once last week. And if they decide to go through that house, it becomes a DNA factor. What if on that dining room set they find blood, a splatter of blood, a drop of blood? Right? It becomes a factor when you're factoring in DNA. If you've got furniture in your house that was either there previously to you moving in or bought used, that's a big factor when it comes to DNA. That's why I'm bringing it up. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna, mods, you got the chat, thank you. Okay, so where were we? So this is that side room, okay? So when Nancy Grace was asking about where they put the dogs were in this room here. That's where they would put them in their cages. There's photos that are out there that show cages in this room. Okay? So, front door off the kitchen to the garage, and this door, that's 3 doors. I'm just trying to see where I am right now. This is that room where the dog cages are. We can see this picture on the wall in the previous picture. Here's another door to get out. That's 4 doors. That's the 4th door to get outside. So there's 4 doors to get out. Here's another shot of that. So if you go out this door, you're in this screened-in porch, which also has a door on it. But this is another door he could have went out because she says, let's go to the next one. She says that their couch was up against this, right up against it. So they didn't use this door. So I'm assuming they would use this door if they went outside because there's that other door right there. It still makes 4 doors. And this is a screened-in porch. So let's continue because if you're looking this way now, so there's that little room where they keep the dogs. This hall here, on this side, there's stairs going up to the bonus room. To the right is Katie and Chris's master bedroom. And this here in the middle is the kitchen. Now, somebody said that they had cameras in the kitchen to monitor because, I don't know, I've never heard that. Somebody in chat had said that, she had cameras in the kitchen because Sebastian would get into stuff. I've never seen that other than it being mentioned in chat today, so I can't take it as fact because I haven't heard it. Kate and Chris were both asked if they had any surveillance in the house, and all those first interviews, including with Nancy Grace, they said no. So I think it's just somebody making it up and putting it out there. And now all you guys are hearing that apparently there was cameras in the kitchen. I don't believe that, because all these interviews that have happened up to this point have never mentioned cameras in the kitchen. They've always said that there was no cameras. So this is the kitchen. So as you can see here, they got a dog gate. This is going up to that bonus room over the garage. And if you go to the right is Katie and Chris's bedroom. And now you can see here, I don't know, some of these, looks like a bunch of toys or dog toys or something in here. But this is the kitchen. This is that door leading out. You'd go down the stairs there, out the side of the house or into the garage. That's this door here. Here's another view. Here's the stairs going up to that bonus room above the garage. Now, in this picture, what do we see? This opening here is to go into the dining room. There's a cupboard here, like a pantry, maybe a small pantry here. This here is the laundry room. This is the door to go out down the side of the house or into the garage. This is that laundry room that is off the kitchen that I just showed you. So that's this room right here. That's the laundry room. Okay, when you go up those stairs, you can see here's the doorway where you could see from the kitchen that you could see the stairs, and this is Chris and Katie's room back here. So there's stairs that go down right here, this wall. There's stairs that go down. This is the bonus room above the garage. And I noticed that there is some kind of panel here. Now, I don't know if that is an alarm panel, because there's also one on the wall down here. There's one on the wall too, and there's one right here. And that's initially what I went looking for, you guys, was control panels. So I believe that this could be one, and there's one down here. Thermostat, you guys think? Why would the thermostat be upstairs though here? Because there's several of them downstairs too. We'll go back over them once we're done these pictures here. I'll show you how many of these there are throughout the house. I can't see there being more one thermostat to control a furnace, right? Because one thermostat would be set this way, one thermostat set that way. It doesn't make any sense. Here is the master bedroom. So this would have been Kate and Chris's room. Here's the master bathroom, which I find weird. They got one of these tubs that you open the door and you can just walk into the tub. I've seen them on TV. And they've got a shower over here and a walk-in closet. So here's the back of the house. This is Chris and Katie's bedroom. This is that room where they had the dogs with the door to come out into this screened-in sunroom. These doors behind this door here, you go up these stairs, go through the door. Behind that, those are the doors to the living room. And this is Faith's bedroom. And again, we've got these openings here, and I believe it's for the crawl space that's under the house. Okay, just give me a second, you guys. Problem solved. So this is the back of the house, you guys. Again, I think these are the vents for the crawl space. It looks like the crawl space could be pretty deep on this side under Faith's bedroom and this side of the house. Here, it doesn't look like it would be too deep. Now, is the furnace in that maybe down in there? I don't know. But this is a flood zone. So it's weird that they would even have that crawl space. He's gone, Nana. I blocked him. Marie says separate thermostat for each unit is what usually happens. Do they have a multiple? That's a good question. Okay, Marie, you know what we're going to do? Let me just see if I think I had maybe one more at the back of the house, and then we're going to, so this is the rest of the backyard, you guys. See, there's no gardens out here. But Marie makes a good point. So let's go back. Let's look in the dining room. And what I'm looking for now is heat vents. Because I don't see, usually when you have a thermostat for every room, it's because you have baseboard heating, electric heating. Right? Now I don't see no thermostat here. Do we have anything at the front entrance? No. That looks like a night light here. One of those plug-in air freshener night lights. I don't see anything here. And usually the control panel for the alarm will be in a closet too. We can't see in the closet, so let's see. Oh, there's something here too. See, there seems to be a thermostat here. She's got these, she's got these little nightlight things. I have one of these, you guys. These are from Bed and Bath. Actually, my sister sent it to me. These light up at night. So she's got one there. She's got one in the front hallway. So there's another one of these things here. See, I don't see any baseboard heating. I would assume that this one would control the whole house. Let's see if we see them in any of the other rooms. Nope. No. See, there's heating ducts. See, there's heating ducts. So this is a furnace. Yeah, this is an electric heat. So I'm assuming that there's a main thermostat. But this was a house before they bought it. They bought some of the furniture, obviously, but even if these are the pictures of the house before they bought it, we know that. We said that right at the beginning. But they're not going to change where the heat vents and intake vents are. This is an intake, it looks like, and this is a heat vent, heating and air conditioning. So it's on a furnace. I'm not concerned right now about the furniture. It has a crawl space, Trip Dog. No basement, but it has a crawl space. Yeah, I believe it's forced air. Well, I got rid of it. Hang on a sec. Okay, let's see. know if you guys are going to be able to see this. Oh, you can. Well, let's see. About this home. Custom home with fantastic floor plan. All bedrooms located on the main level, featuring attached bathrooms as well as large walk-in closets. So they each have walk-in closets and attached bathrooms. Great kitchen with plenty of cabin space. Beautiful stone countertops. Upstairs bonus room is very spacious and brings in natural light from the skylights. Relax in the sunroom during the winter months and enjoy the screened-in porch the rest of the year. Side entry, 3-car garage with room for storage and workbench. Plantation shutters throughout the entire home. Well-maintained level yard. Has irrigation to keep it looking beautiful all year round. Home has, okay, blah, 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 blah. Has AC. Let's see if it says what the heating system is. So covered spaces, this is parking, interior. Central heating, central cooling. Has heating, heating information, central. Has cooling, cooling information, central air. So I'm assuming that the central heating is a furnace. It's not electric, so it's a furnace. I did see, hang on a sec, who just said that? Yes, okay, there it is there. Here's the AC systems right here. So one is heating, one is central air. So here's the heating systems right here, heating and cooling, right here. And then they had the garbage cans here. Yeah, everyone would have heard him going out the back door. Yeah, I believe it's forced air. One of these is heating, one of these are cooling. Yep, that's what I'm showing you right now. That's what this picture is. One's heating, one's cooling. No, it's a 3-car garage. It's just the way this picture was taken. They look tiny. This is a single car and this is a double car. Let me see if I can. Oh, I know where it is. Hang on. See? That's a single car. This is a double car. It's just the way the picture was taken, hon. It's just the way the picture was taken. It looks smaller. Oh, could be. Could be. That could be. We don't know. But I don't see anything for like electric units. You know what I mean? It's all duct system. It's all ductwork in there. Let's just see. We've seen it in face room. See, they got the ductwork here. So I'm sure that's for heating and cooling. I don't see any electric. The electric baseboard heaters usually go under windows. And I don't see any under the windows in any of the rooms. I don't even see any vents. The vents, see, are in the ceiling here. And that's probably why they got the ceiling fans in each room, to push the heat down in the colder months, because the vents are all in the ceiling in all the rooms by the looks of it. Okay, so so the living room. Whoops, that's not the one I wanted to show you. This one. This one, I think. Yeah, so we got one here, and we know we got one upstairs, right, in that other room that above the garage. So that's two. So could it be that one controls one controls the other? That could very well be, because I'm not seeing any kind of electric baseboard heating in here. No, it's the heat and AC comes out vents. So I'm not, there's no hot water things here at all. You'd see them big, huge steel things that go on the wall. There's none. So it's a duct system. So it's okay. Hang on. Let's go to, I think it's this one. See, there's another thing on the wall over here, right here, which I'm not sure what that is. Is that the alarm panel? There's a Roomba. A Roomba. This looks like a vaulted ceiling here too. It's a very nice house. But there's something on the wall here too. These here are just all different light switches. They look like all light switches. So does this. She seems to have these smelly things in each room. What's that? What's that? There's something here. It's almost like a timer or something. I don't know. Okay. See, and even out here, they got the ceiling fans. Let me see, chat. Intercom, maybe? Yeah, but we don't see anything else on any other walls for an intercom. These are light switches. Plugs, plugs, plugs. It's over here. Well, that's neat. That's the door to the basement. Plugs, plugs. A light switch. See, I don't see anything else on any of these other walls for a panel for... And there's the laundry room. I don't see anything else on the other walls. This is like a home phone. I don't see anything here. Let's go back upstairs. See? Yeah, it does kind of look like an electronic thermostat, eh? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, she said a lot of things that contradict other things that she's saying. So she says, so when I went to wake him up, or when I woke him up, but he wasn't there. When I woke him up is what she said. When I woke him up and he wasn't there. So did you wake him up or was he not there? How can you wake somebody up that isn't there, right? And she would have to come out of her bedroom, past the kitchen to get to the other side of the house to go and check on Sebastian. So she knew he wasn't in the kitchen, right? Oh, Maui girl. This is just like a storage thing, I believe. Like another part of maybe above the garage that's storage. Because there's a big vent here. And outside of here is where, like if you go outside, well, let's go outside and look. Remember this skylight. Let's see if we can see something. Yeah. So there's that skylight. So maybe up in this attic here, this attic part here, is that possibly where some of this comes up and through? Because there's a vent there too. See, there's that skylight. So it's this open space here. That's going to be the vent for their bathroom. This is another vent here. I don't know how much we can see. Yeah, it looks like there could be an attic. Look at, there's attic space too. So that probably is an entrance into the attic. Because this here is a vent, like for the attic, like a window type vent, whatever, to blow air out of the attic. There's Sebastian's room. It's above Sebastian's room. So that probably goes into the attic. You could probably go across the whole house in that attic. Oh, that's true. That's true. Sorry. I'm looking at it as if they're there. And yes, thank you for reminding me that this isn't when they lived there. This is the previous owner. So thank you for that, Tear Bear. Thank you for that. I don't know why people are talking about this. What is it? Vivint. There was no security on the house, number one. And that the security that was on the house before was ADT, not Vivint. And finding anything in that pond was drained. Within a couple of days of him going missing, the pond was drained. He's not in the pond. So anything that's in that pond now is irrelevant. Well, it's kind of like, how do you even think that they're missing him when she leaves? She quit her job, she quit taking her courses in school, and she left. And when Nancy Grace asked her, well, I want to be with my husband, she couldn't have done that if Sebastian was still there. Go back to the beginning and listen to the beginning, because I do believe that Sebastian was never going to make it to Seth's, because Sebastian would have divulged to Seth all the abuse that had been happening right up until recently. Because, like I said in the beginning, Seth says, well, I hit him with the belt, and that was like 3 years ago. And then in another interview, he says, well, what do you do with a 15-year-old? You give him a belt. So I hit him with the belt. Okay, but he only turned 15 in December. So that belt incident is recent, not 3 years ago. So I believe this abuse has been going on for a long time. And I do think there was an ultimatum. I think Seth said he's not coming back until Sebastian's gone. He didn't care for Sebastian. I'd love to have an interview with him. I would love it. Love it, love it, love it. Because there's so many trick questions that I can ask of him. Yeah. Like, who leaves their house? You know what I mean? Maybe she can't stand to be there now. Right? It's a beautiful house. Beautiful. Why wouldn't you want to be in your house waiting for your child to come home? Because she's saying he walked out the door. She's doubling down on that. If he walked out the door and ran away, he would have had his shoes, he would have had a coat, and he would have had some of his favorite things if he was running away. I don't think he ever made it back to that house. Honeybun says, I've seen documents on Facebook, all the owners of this house, but I can't find it now. Well, I know who the owners were during this. Let me just get it here. Where's the sunroom? Okay, you're going to have to bear with me for a minute, you guys. Where's the sunroom? Ugh. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can see it over here. No. Okay, here it is here. There's that sunroom. Damn it. Where's the sunroom? Didn't I show you guys a picture of the sunroom? Okay, hang on. As you can see, I'm not very tech savvy, but I want that sunroom. Where is it? I know I got a picture of it here somewhere. Hang on a sec. Here it is. I knew I had a picture of it. Okay, so here's that sunroom, right? Here's the door going out to the backyard. Here's the doors in the living room that she says they have a couch at. But look at, you can tell who owned it when these pictures were taken because there's their name. The windows are not child friendly. Well, Sebastian was 15, right? So 14, 13, 14 when they moved in. Yeah, she's not, where did that go? Right here. Don't forget, she's got degrees in, what is it, jiu-jitsu or something, self-defense. She was in the army. Like, she's not a frail, delicate, girly girl, right? She's not. And is that maybe one of the reasons why she's not getting abused by Chris, because she can defend herself? But they were both, I guess, in the army at one time. Yeah, she acts like, yeah. I'm not saying she was an MMA fighter, but she does, apparently, from what, Navy. Okay, she was in the Navy. In the Navy. There, now I got that song on my brain. In the Navy. But she had some self-defense. Now, I don't know if she had her black belt, but she had self-defense. No, I think the only part that was added was this wall here. This is all part of the original house. This was the outside of the house at one time, hence why there's double doors here. This is to the living room. This wall here was added on to enclose this by probably these people right here. Interesting. There's no basement, but there's a crawl space. Yeah, this is the original part of the house. Because on the other side of this wall is Faith's bedroom. So this is original to the house. Hang on. Here we go. Whoops. Let's go to the next one. Hang on. Is it this one? Here. See? This is that room where the dogs are kept with the other room. This is Faith's bedroom. So that wall inside, that's where the name sign is on that I just showed you. They had the lintel on this. These were the original outside doors, those double doors off the living room. This white part here, this screened in part, I believe was added on. There was probably a big deck off of this at one time. But this was screened in. This screened in area was added on, obviously later, because these brick walls are part of the house itself. This is that little room across from the kitchen where the dogs' cages are and the door coming out to this porch. And this is Faith's bedroom. And that's the wall to Faith's bedroom. So that is part of the original house. Apparently she looks like an MMA fighter, but it's not her. I don't know. I don't know anything about that, you guys, so take that as you may. Absolutely, Pamela. No problem, my dear. I have never seen people at their house protesting. I've seen people, YouTubers and that, driving by their house. I seen somebody do a drone search. I see them driving by, but I have never seen anybody stop in any of the videos I've seen from YouTubers. I have never seen them stop in front of that house and get out and start protesting in front of the house ever in any of the videos. And I'm telling you, yesterday I went through a lot of videos getting ready for this. Now, TikTokers, I don't know. TikTokers can go crazy sometimes. Yes, let's not discuss other channels here. If you want to go and watch those channels and get information there, go watch them there then, please. I'm just trying to get through this. But it is an investigation. The police have come out and said that this is an ongoing investigation. Now, is it criminal? I think so. There's foul play involved because he's nowhere to be found. There's no forced entry. I don't know what else it could be. If he had just run away, he would have had shoes and a coat on. He would have had some of his most favorite things he would have taken, and he would have been found by now. He has to eat, right? He has to have somewhere to stay. He's 15. By now, somebody would have said something, especially with this all over the news. I'm in Canada, and I'm covering it here. Nobody is going to want to be harboring a runaway and get charged for that, right? Somebody would have said something by now, like, hey, okay, my son had him hidden in his bedroom. I didn't know, but here he is. I'm way back in chat. So yeah, I think they're looking for evidence to build a case. You think so? I can show you some houses right down the street from me that are $8 million houses all along the water. Americans live in bigger, better houses than Canadians. Whatever, to each their own. I'm letting that one roll off my back because it's just not true. Okay, you guys keep mentioning channels, you're going to get banned. And the good thing that YouTube, you guys, I just did, I can talk about it now because I've already done it. I did this thing. YouTube selects, well, a bunch of you, if you're a YouTuber, if you're a content creator, they send you out this thing like, can you take part in our sessions where it's over Zoom, and they ask you different things that you'd like to see on YouTube and stuff like that happening with, you know, tools that we have in that. Number one of the biggest things that was talked about was the thumbs down button, for us to be able to see who's giving us the thumbs down because of the abuse of the thumbs down to try and mess with people's channels. Now, not everybody's going to be able to see it, only creators. So now you're going to be able to see if there's somebody that comes on your channel and continues to give you thumbs down just to mess with your algorithm. That's one of the features that they are thinking about bringing in for creators, so we can see who it is that's trying to mess with our channel. Number two is block means blocked. So if you get blocked, you can't come to the channel at all. That you're totally blocked from the channel. You can't even come and watch. And that's going to help with a lot of the trolls that come in and stuff like that. You block them, it blocks their IP address, and they can't come back on your channel unless you unblock them. So there's a couple good features that are in the works. I don't know if they would have searched the crawl space and the attic. I don't know. I haven't heard nothing about that, Elisa. That would be a good question to get answered. I think Katie's acting. I think it was all rehearsed, and just by some of the answers that they're giving. Sorry, you guys, I'm far back in chat. So if you're asking a question right now, I'm way back in chat right now. I think it was rehearsed what they were each going to say. Because you see him watching her when a question is asked, and you see her looking at him when she's asked a question. And answers like caught off guard, like when she said, well, I went and woke him up, but he wasn't there. Well, how can you wake him up if he wasn't there? You know what I mean? So I think when you're not telling the truth, you can't remember the story. You'll have little deviations in it. And that's why we're getting these interviews with different deviations in the story, because it's made up. Butterfly Dana says, the YouTuber did. Hi, Butterfly Dana. I haven't seen you in a while. Was driving around near the house and someone did ask him to leave, but he's on public property. He can go up and down that street. Now, if he just kept going back and forth, 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 like 10, 20 times, I get it. But people have got to realize what happened. And people are going out there, boots on the ground, trying to figure out and see the actual house and seeing how everything is set up in this house inside gives us a better understanding. Like in a comment earlier, well, if she got up and went to check on Sebastian, who's on this side of the house, she had to pass by that kitchen, her Her bedroom's here. Pass by this way. She had to pass by the living room and the kitchen. She would have seen if he would have been in the living room and kitchen. Stuff like that. Details matter. So, if they're spending their money on flights and everything, or driving, whatever they're doing to get to this place, to see the area, you know what I mean? If they're going out there boots on the grounds and they spent their money to get out there, they're on a public road, they can go by. Like, as long as they're not stopping and yelling at the house and stuff like that, I don't see the harm. They're trying to find a lost kid, a kid that's gone missing. Yes, please don't mention other channels in the chat. You're going to get a warning, and then you are going to be banned. Oops. You want to see the driveway in the front of the house again? I'll tap the thumbs down. I don't care. Oh my God, some of you people are pretty rude and ignorant. Shirley, this is my first time seeing your channel. I must say it will be my last. First thing that I heard was all the negativity about not mentioning other channels or tapping thumbs down. Goodbye, Shirley. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. I really don't care. I'm here to bring it to the people who want to listen and want to see this. If you don't want to see it, no need to be rude. Just leave. Seth said in an interview, FBI won't step in until after 60 days. FBI is already there, Jin Rebel. FBI has already been called in on it for, I forget what they said it was, but one of their specialties, or was that, no, Secret Service was brought in for their abilities for GPS and stuff like that. And FBI was already brought in. They were already asked for help from the FBI, and the FBI has been in on it for a while now. Thank you, Jin Rebel. First time on your channel, and I like it. Thank you. I subbed. Well, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. Lisa Laney says, Chris doesn't make that much money as a crane operator because he's only had his license for about 1.5 years, and he's a newbie, very green. Interesting, Lisa. Very interesting. So how can they afford a house like this, right? Jackie says, so sad that so much heartache went on inside this home. It is, because it's a beautiful home. Pamela says, I can accept that Katie does not hurt her son physically, but she knows something and she's covering for something because her interviews don't show a mom who's desperate to find her child. I agree. I agree, Pamela. I agree. I far Confetti says, hi, everyone. Anyone know if the keyless pin padlock on front door has been checked for door activity? I had one of those on my door, Confetti, and it's just a code you punch in. Mine didn't keep track of who punched in a code, who didn't, whatever. I know there's some that you can have different codes for different people. Now we don't know what kind they had, so we don't know if there's activity for that that's saved, right? Alicia says, yeah, the Secret Service was looking at the tech and geofencing. Yeah, I know they came in on the case for a certain specific part, and I believe that sounds like what I heard, Elisa. Terror says, I think he made it back to the house because the shoes are there. Not necessarily. She could have gotten rid of him and brought the shoes back as proof he made it back. Don't forget, these people aren't stupid, right? They're not like Don and Candace Walls. These people are highly trained in, I'm now hearing, the Navy. Like, you're smart. You're taught tactical skills. You're taught certain skills, right? Yeah, Lego says there's a lot more to this story. Yes. Lego my bidet, Adam. There's definitely a lot more to the story than what appears. Yes, I agree. There's actually, Lisa Laney says, I don't understand why 3 doors have different codes. There's 4 doors to get in and out of this place. 4 doors. There's the very front door. There's the back door. There's a door off of where the puppies are, and there's a door off the kitchen. So Brinks, Faith Hope Love says, Brinks, Tennessee pays experienced installation technicians $58,000 a year. I don't believe anything Chris or Katie says. And they went to a BJ store where I guess BJ's store sells shoes too. So she could have bought him another pair. Yeah, if they can prove that it's gone over state lines, FBI will take over the case. Yeah. iFar Confetti says, Nancy Grace, she said the front door has a PIN code. The garage door also has a PIN code. To get the garage doors to open, there is a PIN pad there. So let's go back. Hang on a second. Let's go back to that's not it. Okay, here. Can we see a PIN pad anywhere here? I don't see one, but it could be like, see how this here on this side or on this side, there could be one, but I don't see a PIN pad on the garage. But again, like, it's just as wide on this side. So there could be one here, or there could be one on this side, but I don't see one on this wall or this wall. And that's that door that leads up into the kitchen. So I'm sure you could go into the garage here or go up the stairs into the kitchen. But I don't see a PIN pad on this wall or this wall, but that's not saying that there isn't one on the other side of this or on the other side of this here that we can't see. I wonder if, let me see. Let me see. I don't know how far out we can go. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see. See, along this side of the wall and this side of the wall, there could be a pin pad there, but I'm not seeing one here or here. And see, there's where the garbage is. Now, this is a recent photo of the house. This is Google Earth. This is a recent photo, so we can see where they kept the garbage right here. Here's the 2 furnaces things, air conditioning, whatever they are. Posh DD. This streamer is trying to hide the truth. I'm logged into my second account because I was muted. Well, guess what? You're gone again. How's that? Like you're, oh gosh. Yeah, she had said that there was a pin pad for the garage, but he didn't know it. So he would have had to come in and out this door if he was the one to do the garbage, right? Yeah. Far Confetti says, yes, you're correct. The garage door has a pin and clicker, but Sebastian only had the pin to the front door. Yes, I remember her saying that, Ear Confetti. So I know mine didn't keep a record, but I mean, it's been a long time since I had mine. I just put a regular one back on my door. So maybe they do, especially if they hook up to your phone now, if you've got one of those ones. Thank you, mods, for taking care of the idiots and the trolls. Thank you. And I am reporting them all because they're coming back with it's the same person coming back with with different names. Margaret says, I hear there is evidence somewhere around the house. I have a feeling he will be found this weekend. I hope he's found this weekend, you guys. I do. I hope so. Jody Smith says, people should realize others have different opinions and not to be so one-sided. I don't have a problem with people having their own opinion on something as long as you're not attacking people, victim shaming, or being out and out rude. You can have a difference of opinion as long as you do it respectfully. But when you want to start attacking me, my subscribers, other people that are here, then yeah, you're gone. I don't put up with it here. So welcome to my channel. It's my channel, and I will say what I will allow here. And I will not allow people to be attacked, rudeness, name calling, stuff like that. It isn't happening. You can have a difference of opinion. But when you say to me, oh, this YouTuber doesn't have a clue, brainless, it's Seth that did it, or whatever you say. When you start talking like that, you're gone. I don't care. Goodbye. Now, if you say, look at, Seth has not been, and there was a comment that said Chris, Katie, nor Seth have been cleared, and I agreed with it. You're right. Nobody has been cleared yet. But there's a do it respectfully or get lost. Confetti says there's no way he left and locked the door behind him unless it automatically locks. Real Angel Girl, good morning. I've missed you too. Sergeant King says, how is the company van still out there? Is it still out there? Is her work van still out there? You would think that if she's not working for them anymore, that they would come and take their van, right? Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want an automatic lock either. Well, I mean, if you've got a code, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. But your door, can you imagine your door automatically locking when you go out and you forgot your keys inside? But I know this one has the punch code, so they'd be able to still get in, but I'm not sure that I'd like that either. The vents on the bot, Angie says, what are the vents? Those are for the crawl space, I believe, because it does say in the listing that there is a crawl space. Cheryl Singh says, we don't need to always agree, but be nice. Right. You can have a difference of opinion. Just do it respectfully. K. Mitch says, well, do you think there are two vans there because they came to pick up her van? I think they would only come in one van instead of two because they'd still need somebody to drive her van out of there, right? Or maybe that van doesn't work. I don't know. Yeah, my mods are having a heyday today with the trolls. Lisa Laney says, even if it locked, he could still get in because he knew the code. Unfortunately, I think this investigation is moving into a recovery. I do too. Richard says, yes, her work van was there yesterday and another identical van there too, a smaller one. Cole Cola says, I respect all content creators that are working hard on this case to make sure we all know what really happened. At least try and help or try and figure it out, right? Jin Rebel says, we have auto locks, keypads. We each have a code. I can see who goes in and out. Cool. That is interesting, Jin Rebel. I think with the newer ones, they do have the phone app too. So if it's one with a phone app, I'm sure that you could see who was punching in and punching out if everybody had a different code, right? Elisa P says, Seth said law enforcement did not search their vehicles. Really? Wow. If you're going to leave, you guys, you don't have to announce your departure. We're not an airport. If you don't like the channel, you don't like the channel. If you don't like me addressing the trolls, well, then I guess you're one of them. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to announce your departure. We're not an airport. Margaret Gauthier. Gauthier. Parlez-vous en français, toi? Katie was working when it happened. When what happened, Margaret? Only scent dogs. Annie said only scent dogs went in her car. Hmm. I'm not sure about the anger management with Katie. Jackie says, I'm correct in saying Katie has a martial arts background and also anger management. Ooh. I did hear something about her having some kind of martial arts. Lisa Laney says, thank you to all the creators and mods. Thank you for working so hard. Hopefully we can bring Sebastian back. Yes. Amen to that. Who heard that dispatch call with the female that called in? Did anybody hear that? And it seemed like she was getting really upset. Let me just... Yeah, they might have had to get warrants. Sergeant says, can we see the other side of the house? Sergeant, please put in chat again which side you would like to see. Because I'm so far back in chat, I don't even know what picture you're talking about right now. From what I heard, Mandy, I heard that her van is still there. Serpico Dreams, hello and welcome. Stafford CT makes me think of federal school loans or federally run family housing development. Oh, Stafford Court. Okay, I get you now. No need to apologize. The kids side? Absolutely, I can show you that. The inside or outside of the house, Sergeant King? Inside or outside? Because I have both. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, K-Mitch. I've got somebody that I'm going to jump on a live with, just a private live, so he can show me how it's done. Yeah, I think it is too. The outside? Okay. I sure can. Okay, so there's the front door. Here's Sebastian's room right here. There's the front door. This is the dining room. This is the laundry room. The kitchen is like behind this over here. So the laundry room, if you go out the laundry room door, you're in the kitchen. And then if you go out the laundry room door, there's a door to your left that goes down into the garage. I did show all the inside of this. This is the dining room windows. And this is Sebastian's bedroom windows. Is that what you wanted to see? Yeah, I thought I heard that too, that she said that they were checked. It is 1008 Stafford. Yeah, I heard that there's going to be a protest at Yogi Bear. Like, I don't think that's fair to the other campers that are there. I mean, it's not like you're out in front of a house now. The campers, you hear everything that goes on outside, right? Keister Bunny, just wanted to encourage you a bit. Been watching your information. You've put out a lot of energy and time into what you're sharing. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, that was the garage. Does what face the neighbor's house? The garage? Yes, it faces this house next door here. If you're talking about the garage picture. And this one faces the house across the street up on the hill. Mel Mac. Always nice to see you, Mel Mac. Yes, thank you. Jenna says KP and CP will have a lot of explaining to do. Let's just hope they find him, and then we can find out who did what. Oh, that could very well be Danny. They probably came in two vans with a rider to drive the other van. Apparently her work van is still there. So I don't know. Or maybe they are installing security now. I don't know. Sebastian's bedroom window faces the street. This is the street right here. We can also do this. Okay. So the garage faces this house. And if you go down the street here, this is Sebastian's bedroom window right here. And if you look directly across the street, you have 1, 2, 3 houses across the street from them. This is the one directly across the street from Sebastian's window. I don't think we've really heard a lot about that, Diane. Ah, well, didn't Seth, Annie says, Seth contacted TBI, read the clothes that he was wearing at the Texas Roadhouse. I'm very curious what response he will get. Ellie is not forthcoming with him. Yeah, because there's a lot of talk going around right now as to did they find his clothes that he had worn to the Texas Roadhouse, right? Were those clothes found in the house? So I know there's a lot of chit chatter, and I'm anxious to see too if those clothes are the same ones. Did he go to bed in? Because she said he went to bed in black sweatshirt and sweatpants, right? But I'd be anxious to know too. Yes, they could only stay on the public, but I'm not so sure I would do that because I'm a camper. I used to pay yearly lot fees, so it was a getaway to get out of the hustle and bustle of the city. I just don't think it's fair to the other campers because it's not like a house where you can crank up your TV, go in the rec room in the basement, or go into a back bedroom and crank the music. I mean, you can hear everything from that's going on outside from a camper. So to me, I just don't. I could be biased there. No, I'll show you Sebastian's room. Here's Sebastian's rooms right here. One window. It looks like it's four because these are those plantation blinds. You can open them up in the middle here on each side. So it kind of does look like he's got four, but it is only the two windows here. Like, see here, one here, one here. So when you're looking at the blind, just get that one back. Here's the one window here, and here's another window here. I got a better picture of the front of the house. Hang on. See, there's one window here, one window here, but inside it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the coverings, the plantation window coverings. That makes it look like there's 4. Snowflake says, no, that's not right. Those windows from the inside are wider. No, they're not. It's the way the picture is taken. If you've ever seen photos taken in a house, everything is made to look bigger than what it is. It's the angle of the camera. This is one window here and one window here. No joke. And you can see the hinges here. That is his bedroom right there. You can see the bush right outside his tree there, outside the window with that bush, and here. Those are the windows. It's just the angle of the photo taken of the bedroom that makes it look bigger. They do this in all real estate pictures. I'm telling you, snowflakes, it's the way the picture is taken. Here is the piece in beside the two windows. Here are the windows. Go back to the other picture. I mean, you can't change what the house looks like outside. See? 1, 2, 3 squares. 1, 2, 3 squares there. 1, 2, 3 squares there. Right? See, on each individual window here, it's got 1, 2, 3 squares. Let's go back. See that? 1, 2, 3 squares. And then 1, 2, 3 squares. See that? See the squares in the windows? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the first window. 1, 2, 3. That's the second window. I'm telling you, it's just the way the picture is taken. I hope that explains it for you. Yeah, you couldn't see it from far away, but once you like get right up, like if you go on Snowflake, go on to like any real estate place and look at the pictures, and then it makes it look like it's this big, huge room, right? And then go into the description part, and it gives you the measurements for the room. Like this room right here looks like it's 20 feet by 20 feet. You know what I mean? But when you actually see the measurements for the room, it's like 10 feet by 9. And it's like, what? Or you're looking at, I did this when I was looking for a new house to buy. And look at it, it's like, oh my God, these rooms are so big. You get in and it's like, okay, where'd the room go? But it's the way they take the pictures. So I get why you seen it the way you did. Totally understandable. But yeah, it's just they play tricks with the camera. But you can clearly see it there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Alicia says that the neighbor directly across the street is the house that got the footage of someone bringing the trash cans to the curb, but it was not clear video and Seth could not tell who it was. They had it dark. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not on the right thing. Let's go to Google Earth here. If these lights were on, like they always are, they said, this whole area would have been lit up. The house across the street would have caught him at least in this area that was lit up. Not so much if he got up here, but back here grabbing these garbage cans. Look at you guys. Those are the garbage cans. Grabbing those garbage cans. What's that brick doing there? Anyway, grabbing these garbage cans and bringing them up. This area all here would have been lit up by these lights. You would have been able to tell who it was because Katie's a lot thicker than Sebastian. So you would have been able to tell which one of them it was in this area, but not so much here, right? Because there's no light here at night. So is that why she turned off those lights? Yeah, I don't think he ever got home. I don't think he ever came home after dinner. No, the kids each have their own bathroom. I'll show you that here. Okay, so that's Sebastian's bedroom. This is Sebastian's bathroom. This is Faith's bedroom. This is Faith's bathroom. This is the half bath that is in between the kids' bedrooms, right off the living room. And then this is Katie and Chris's bedroom. And here's the master bathroom. It's a 3.5 bath house. Yeah, we don't know if it's the same furniture in there, but it gives us what the room looks like. I agree, Tony. I would say, Merch says they don't look far from the ground. I'd say they are about 3 feet up. It is, eh? Like they make this look like it's a huge window that would go right across the front here, but it's not. Well, that's what I would like to know. Night Star. Because here's the house recently, and I don't see any solar lights. I don't see any solar lights in the garden. None. And they also took the ADT sign down that used to be there when they bought the house. But there is no solar lights in this garden that I see. Yeah, I hear that the garbage truck thing was debunked to be a garbage truck, not flashlights. Nightstar says they think it's flashlights. He says the windows are about, yeah, I'd say about 3 feet, 4 feet from the ground. The ground apparently was undisturbed, and if he came out, she said he would have fell into the bushes, but the windows were locked from inside, so he didn't leave through the window. She kept saying, Katie kept saying, I don't know why he walked out the door. She said that over and over, so it kind of got me thinking, like, okay, you know he went out that front door, and you know why and how. Or is that just a ruse? I don't know why he went out the front door when he didn't even make it home. I don't know. I think the 2 back bedrooms, Jill, like I said, that it's really hard to tell by the photos. They're manipulated really bad. You can ask Snowflake. I just showed you how bad they were manipulated. They're both about the same thing, the same size as per the measurements of the house. Let's just go back here. Property details. So 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 1 half bath. Bedroom 1 is 15 by 20. Yeah, the other 2 bedrooms are the same size, 14 by 15 and 14 by 15. The master bedroom is 15 by 21. So Sebastian's bedroom and Faith's bedroom were both the same size, and they each had their own bathroom. Modine says they use that super expand lens on the camera. Good job by the realtors. That means the bed is a midget bed, makes everything look bigger. Yeah. Seth said it was too dark on doorbell cam. Whoever took the trash can down did have a flashlight. Interesting. Because, like I said, they would have seen, all this would have been lit up back here. You would have been able to see like if it was a thinner person or a bigger person here, not so much once they got up here, but over here, if those lights had been on, they should have been able to see it, right? So that's why I'm thinking when she said there was no outside lights on, I think she turned these lights off. Because with these lights on, this area here would have been lit up. This is where the garbage cans are, right here. So somebody going and grabbing those garbage cans, you would have seen them walk under these lights. You wouldn't probably see too much up here, but under here, yes. Just give me a second, you guys. Sorry about that. That was my... Oh, emails going off like crazy. Yeah, they were both the same size. Police do know where they are at. Josh says to the left of the tree, it looks like. What are you talking about, Josh? I have no idea what you're talking about there. What are you talking about, Josh? To the left of the tree, it looks like. To the left of the tree. Bury me? I don't know. Like, I would say from this area here, you probably wouldn't be able to get a good visual because it'd be really dark over here. But as you're passing by these lights, you would be able to see if it was a thin person or a bigger person. Right? Sorry, you guys, I'm behind in chat. That could be why those other trucks are there, maybe putting in surveillance. Yeah, the camera, somebody just put that in chat. They've got special lenses to make things look a lot bigger than what they are. Kate Bell, member for 19 months. Thank you so much for being a member. Because as I had an intruder once, I didn't want to return. But there was no intruder. There was nobody that broke in that house. There was no sign of forced entry. Elisa says it's the trash guy with one flashlight picking up the trash cans. They don't have those automated trash trucks here. Hello, Jill, and welcome. I didn't see any of Sebastian's toys in one of the other videos that I watched. Wonder where all his toys. I mean, 15 years old, I don't know how much toys you would have. I would expect like laptops and games and maybe drones and monster trucks that you can, with remote control, stuff like that. But yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting catch there, Josh. Melmac says, yeah, the magic of photography. So it's, I guess it's they don't have those lift things on these trucks, I guess, that we're going there. I guess the trash guys have to do it themselves. I did. And it, like I said, it was Chris there. Chris also said that he told Katie to go back to the house because the police were on their way. Right? There's lots of things that have slipped out that it's like, she didn't say that she went in her car to Nancy Grace. I would assume it is really pitch dark. I don't think there's street lights. Are these street lights? No, these don't look like street lights. What's that? No, these aren't street lights. These are just poles carrying electricity. So yeah, I would imagine it's pretty dark out here at night. And that's what I'm saying. This area here with 2 lights would have been lit up pretty good because they said that those lights were always on. So you would have at least been able to see the size of the figure. Up here, not so much because it'd be really dark up here. Yeah, not one street light at all. Melissa says, Willow, yes, I agree about the dispatch call. Yeah, the dispatch call was weird. It's like, is that a way that it can't be traced to pinpoint where the phone is or whatever? Because they did a 3-way. Sebastian Strong, Sebastian's Army. I've been subscribed for a few years throughout other cases with you, and you do amazing work at helping keeping us all aware. Well, thank you, Melissa, and thank you for being subscribed for that long. I appreciate you. Much love. Thank you. And hopefully I can bring you lots more. Anne says, here's an interesting theory. Anne says, seeing where the boy's room is suggests to me in the lured or abduction scenario, he could have watched out his window to watch for a prearranged vehicle. We don't know, right? We know that Chris said he was very strict. He wasn't allowed internet access. Where would he have made these plans? At school? I don't know how he would have made those types of plans. But anything's possible. So thank you for that, Anne. Okay, Josh says there is a light on the left of that tree that you were showing in the front yard. Okay, let's go back. There's a light. Yeah, there's a floodlight here and there's a floodlight here. But she said I didn't have the floodlights on. The floodlights were off. She said the only lights that came on were the solar lights in my garden. She doesn't even mention the lights being on the garage because I think she turned them out. And she did say, yeah, is this what you're talking about, Josh, right here? And I'm so far behind in chat. But there is a floodlight here and there's a floodlight here, but she says that the floodlights weren't on. They don't come on automatically. And she didn't have them on. Unless there's something else here. I don't see. What's that? Oh, that's just a branch. Yeah, and there's none on this side. There's only 2. One here and one here. But she said they're not automatic and they don't come on automatically and they weren't on that night. Yeah, I got thank you, Annie. I appreciate that. You're so kind. But yes, I do have the floor plans. Miss Anonymous says in an interview, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I scrolled back a little bit, but didn't see anything else you typed, so I'm not sure what you mean about that. Okay, yes. There's one here. That's the floodlights and one here. What she's talking about, Josh, is solar lights, like those little things that you stick in the ground. You know what I mean? And they come on automatically. That's what she was saying. The only ones that come on automatically are the solar lights. So she says that there's solar lights out here. I know I have them in my front garden, so, but I don't see any solar lights. I do see the floodlights. These are the floodlights she's talking about. These two here. Those are floodlights, but she said they weren't on either, and they don't come on automatically. Seems that way, Carol T. Modine says, yeah, if you're 15 playing with toys, something's up. Video games are the rave these days. Video games, computers, switches, drones. Yeah, I agree, Mo. Danny Hall says, it looks like in that nice neighborhood they would have more and brighter street lights. Yeah, you would think, eh? And this house was built in 2005, you guys. So it's not like it's a new subdivision where they just haven't got to the light yet. This house was built in 2005. Snowflake's Nightmare says, I've never seen a trashman carry a flashlight. If it's dark like this, though, what do you think? Like, say there was a trash guy coming down here, and like the truck pulls up, he can't see what's behind. Maybe they do have a flashlight because it's so dark here with no street lights. Now, I don't know where I think it was down in this area that somebody seen lights, and that was for the next subdivision over. This here is, no, where they seen the flashlights is like through bushes here, like, and I know it wasn't directly behind their house. So I don't know which cameras would have caught that. But I don't think it was directly behind their house either, where the trash truck was found. Yeah, I don't see any at all. Yeah, and if she was in that, yeah, that's why I showed the living room and how the setup and everything was. She would have seen, you can see the front door. She would have seen him coming out of the living room. Like, don't forget. Okay, so here's the living room, right? Here's the front door. If she's sitting here in the living room, this is where Sebastian's bedroom is this way. Here's that half bath. And then Faith's bedroom is over here. So if she's sitting in this living room, she would have seen him come out. Okay. The same as in the morning. Okay. Her bedroom is over here. This chair here, behind here, this is the opening down here to go into the kids' bedroom. This is the opening on the other side of the house. Katie and Chris's bedroom is over behind here, over here. So when she gets up in the morning, she would have had to pass the kitchen, through the living room, and come through here, and then turn down this way to go and wake him up, to get him up in the morning for school. She says, oh, I thought maybe he could be in the kitchen. Well, you passed the kitchen. She would have seen if he was in the kitchen. She would have seen if he was in the living room. So things aren't making sense. From what we understand, from what Katie has said, that they didn't have any alarm system in there, not even from Brinks. Oh, Melissa, that is so nice. His 8th grade teacher, she spoke very kindly of Sebastian and praised what a kid he was in her class. So in my opinion, he was respectful in school and a good kid. Yeah. That could very well too. And that could be. Right? How does she know what door he went out if she was sleeping? And yeah, you would think that they would be censored, right? So if somebody comes up to your house trying to get in the middle of the night, boom, they would come on. You would think so, eh, Miss Anonymous? But apparently, Katie says they weren't on that night. She didn't have them on. Convenient. She didn't have the garage lights on either, conveniently. And then Seth says, well, they're always on. And she says, oh, yeah, they're always on. Oh, yeah, I forgot about those. But when directly asked what lights were on, she said there was none. And would Sebastian go out there with no lights on? You know what I mean? He would have flicked a light on to get the garbage and everything. It doesn't make sense. So thank you for that, Miss Anonymous. Wonder what that is under the foot of the bed. The photos that we're seeing are from before they bought the house. This is while they were buying the house. These are the real estate pictures. That was also debunked, Bully Mom. It wasn't them. They got the footage. It was not Sebastian. Yeah, anything is possible. And I think having a visual of the inside of the house is really important. Okay, just give me a second, you guys. Sorry about that. Yeah. And they've messed up a few times, right? Yep, I pointed out just a bit ago where the floodlights were. Okay, Josh, I'm glad I got the ones that you were talking about because I wasn't quite sure there for a minute. I thought you were maybe talking about the ones in the garage, but yeah, we did see them floodlights, but she said they weren't on, right? Like, who doesn't, if it's so dark out like that, who doesn't put lights on, right? Conveniently that night, she didn't even remember the garage lights on, so I believe she turned them off. Because coming home, she would have seen it was dark when they came home, apparently came home. She would have seen that those lights were on. You like if there are lights that are on all the time, you'd remember that, right? But she said no, there was no outside lights on except for my little solar lights in my garden. She says we got floodlights too, but they weren't on. And Nancy Gray said, well, are they automatic? And they said no. And then she said, no other lights? She said no. And then Chris speaks up and says, well, wait, the garage, over the garage, those lights are always on. Yeah, the garage lights. Well, if the garage lights were on, the garbage cans are right there. The camera would have picked up some movement there, and they didn't. Now, up near the street, no, it's really dark up there, and I don't think those lights would be bright enough to light up right to the street. So who knows, right? I'm not so much going with that because there was no forced entry. There's no HOA in the development. We've seen that on, let me just bring it up and I will show you. Whoops. It's on here. It says no HOA fees. No HOA fees. So Milmac asks if there was HOA. No HOA. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. Police have said it's garbage trucks. Seth said that when he reviewed it, he said all we seen was a tiny little clip of it, like a little blown up section. He said, but when you see the full video, he says you can clearly see it was garbage trucks. So I'm tending to believe that it was garbage trucks. But who knows? Yeah, apparently the Secret Service was looking into all the digital and stuff. So, right, Annie, good question. Good question. I'm not so sure about that because they described, even Seth described some of the things that he liked, and mostly it was centered around electronics. So, but who knows? Who knows? Norman says, beautiful house, yes. Nana says that their trash company comes at 5 a.m. They've got a large route. I hope you're talking about my read, Jenna. Miss Anonymous. Yeah, mine doesn't get picked up until the afternoon, but I'm in Canada and they got huge routes around this area. The Black Widow channel says that would make sense. They commented the trash was heavy. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that too. Carol T says maybe that's why there are floodlights to light up the houses because there's no street lights. Exactly, right? But why weren't they on? Absolutely. I'll tell you what LA is doing. They are narrowing down any possibilities and marking them off. Absolutely. Sorry, you guys, I had a sneeze. I think it could be different everywhere. I don't know. It's hard to tell, right? I wish somebody would get an interview with them guys if it was the trash. Hang on. Oh my Lord. Jesus, take the wheel. Sneezing like crazy. It is my allergies, you guys. It's crazy. I do use tarot too, and the last couple that I did were really interesting. Keister Bunny says the trash service requires bins to be out by 6 a.m., which is the same time Katie said she woke up Sebastian to find him not there. That is still getting me, Keister Bunny. That comment. I woke up Sebastian, but he wasn't there. I woke him up for school, but he wasn't there. Well, how can you wake somebody up that isn't there, right? But trash pickup couldn't start until 6 a.m. Interesting. Yeah, if you look under my live tab, you will find all the reads that I did there. I think it's already criminal investigation. Okay, so Josh says, as a trash man I used to be, I would wear a light on the top of my hat. That would make sense, especially when there's no street lights, right? So thank you for that, Josh. K-Mitch says that in a neighborhood like that with no streetlights, everyone would have their house lit up like a Christmas tree. No, I think they're on a switch. I think they would be on a light switch. But it said that they are always on. But Katie failed to mention that. Yes, I get that you can buy houses, even resale houses, like houses that have been lived in before. Some people say, okay, you know what? You want the furniture? Here you go. We'll add it to the price. But by some of the other photos that I've seen in interviews and that, it doesn't look like they kept everything. But the dining room table, 100%. It wasn't a new home. This house was built in 2005. And the previous people that lived there, their names are on the back in the sunroom on the wall. They have a plaque with their names on it. So that's who they bought it off of, because these pictures here are from the real estate listing that I showed you. The newer pictures are the ones that I'm showing you here. Whoops, where'd it go? Whoops. Here in Google Earth, these are the up-to-date, because look at, this is in 2004. Google 2004. We haven't been in 2004 long, and I don't see any solar lights here. I see the floodlight, but I don't see any solar lights, like the little solar lights in the garden. I don't see them. So this is the street view, and this is up to date. This is 2024. And these lights are on. So why were the lights not on that night? And the lights being on, you could have seen this area, because there's the trash bin right there. You would have had to bring it up this way. You would have been able to see, just in this area, the size of the person. Not so much up here, like I said, not so much up here, because it'd be dark, no street lights. Right? Katie said she went to bed at midnight. She was told to go to bed. It's funny that Seth told her at midnight to go to bed, and then Seth told her in the morning, go back to the house. The police are on the way. Right? Thank you, Norman. I try. Mm-hmm. I agree, Josh. They're not stupid people. Right? Please don't mention other channels. Goodbye, Jesse. Stop living in the past. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, Jesse, like you are crazy. You are crazy. He's dead. Move on. Jesus. What is wrong with you? Thank you, mods, for being on. Crazy people like that. Oh my gosh. So somebody is saying that the garbage trucks there don't have the lifts. Thank you. Melmac says it's a if it's a cross-country move, sellers don't want to deal with furniture often. Yeah, I see a lot of that even here. This anonymous says, when Seth describes Sebastian, it's one way. Katie describes him another way. I find her characterization of him kind of oppressive. Yeah. Demeaning, humiliating. It's like people are going to watch this stuff, and when they mention that he had to wear pull-ups and stuff like that, it's like, why? Oh, I just can't with them. Yes, Seth seen the whole footage. Don't be like this person. Don't be like this person. This person is sick. You need help. I'm not going to put up the rest of the comments this person made, but it's comments like that. That's what's going to get you booted. You want to see the mean side of me come out? The rude side of me? It's for people like that. Black Widow Channel says, didn't someone say in an interview, Sebastian? I don't know. I didn't hear that. I don't know how he would have been seen sneaking snacks since there was no video footage inside the house. So Alicia is, I guess, lives in this area and says that they do not have the lifts on the trucks there. Yeah, it's not a great layout. It's a beautiful house, but it's not a great layout. Anne says, just to throw this into the mix, just same on another channel, at least 3 examples of spectrum kids leaving house without shoes, even in wintertime, and one last year in Tennessee related to being upset. I get that, but if you listen to what Seth says, because he had stepped on a ant thing and got bit, ever since then, he never went outside without shoes. So, especially from what I'm learning, because I'm just learning about autistic kids, they don't like change. So if they are used to doing a certain thing, that's the way they generally do it. And especially if they've stepped on an anthill and got bit, they would not go outside without shoes again, especially in the cold, right? Yes. Duco says, okay, first of all, if you're a mother and you know your son is missing in your home, what will be your reactions? Because I'd be screaming, crying, yelling for help with my neighbors and calling 911. Exactly. But she didn't call 911. She called Chris. And then apparently even left the house. And I don't know how she could do all that in a 20-minute time frame. Searching all through that house, all those closets. You've seen how that house is set up, searching all the closets and all that stuff, and then getting your car keys, jumping in the car, getting the garage door open, going and searching, all in 20 minutes? I don't think so. So yeah, I hear where you're coming from. Oh, a neighbor stated the trash trucks don't have lifts. Okay. Jenna says, just my opinion. I love your opinion. I love everybody's opinions. It is, but it isn't. Like when you come to the front door, through the front door, you got the dining room to the left, the living room right in front of you and behind the dining room, the kitchen to the left of that. To the left of the kitchen is the stairs to go up over the loft and Katie and Chris's bedroom. If you come back to the front door, instead of going to the left, like through the dining room or whatever, you go to the right, and right there is a wall where the kids' 2 bedrooms and the half bath are, right? So it's basically pretty simple, but it's weird at the same time. Right, Carol? She says, she keeps saying, I don't know why he walked out that door. How do you know which door he walked out? You know what I mean? Like when she said that, Serpico dreams. When she kept saying over and over, I don't know why he went out that door. I don't know why he went out. How does she know what door he went out if she was sleeping and woke up to find him gone? I woke him up for school and found him gone. How'd you wake him up for school if he was gone? It did. A lot of what she says doesn't make sense. Yeah, and the security cameras, I did hear that from LE, that the security cameras so I guess some of these houses up and down the street here do have security cameras, and nobody's seen him going up and down the streets. I don't think he even made it home, you guys. Danny, sorry. The photos that we seen of the inside, that was before they moved in. Those were the real estate pictures of the house. So we don't know. Let's go back to Sebastian's room here. Here's Sebastian's bedroom. We don't know if this furniture is even still in there. Did they buy all this furniture too? We know they have the dining room set that was in these photos. But we don't know if this is the furniture that he had in his room, because these are the real estate pictures that they would have seen when they went to buy the house. Yes, please don't mention other creators' names or channels, please. Miss Anonymous says there was no scent outside the house leading away. The dogs couldn't pick up his scent anywhere. Right. That's why I'm saying I don't think he even made it back to that house. And why was there no scent of his around that house to begin with? He lived there. There should have been some scent of his, right? Charlene Hoyle says, I think they turned all the lights off so the cameras couldn't pick them up, right? I don't think he even made it back, you guys. And I think she is the one that took the trash out that night and said it was him. And that's why those lights weren't on, because in this area, oops. Let me just go back to this. Hang on a sec, you guys. Why isn't that showing? Oh, because I don't have it on the right one. In this area, this being lit up, because here's the trash cans. And this, like I said, I'll show you again. This is from, look at right here, 2024. Google 2024. So this is the last couple months. The lights are on. So this would have been lit up. I think she took the trash out and said it was him, and she turned these lights off. That's what I think, because up here you wouldn't see anyway, because it's really dark up here. There are no street lights. But here, it would have picked her or Sebastian up, and I believe it was her. When she pulled in that night, it was dark. If those lights weren't on, she would have turned them on, because that was normal, according to Chris, for those lights to always be on. Why were they off that night? Because she said there was no lights on outside except for the little solar lights in her garden. And when we look at her garden, there is no little solar lights. She said that they did have floodlights. There's one here, right here, and there's one over here. But she said those weren't on that night either. The only lights that would have come on were the little solar lights, and we don't even see the little solar lights. I don't see them with people that have put photos driving by the house recently. I don't see solar lights either. So there's a reason why all those lights were off, right? I don't even know if they've searched their phones yet. I have heard that Katie is up there in martial arts. Is it true or not? I don't know. So you see, Andrea says her trash comes at 4:35 a.m. Katie is an expert in security and electronics from the Navy. That explains how she got her job. So why wouldn't she have security on her own house, right? Okay, K-Mitch, you take care, hon. We're going to be wrapping this up anyway. And Vroom says, you got to keep remembering that there's so much we don't know, especially signs that may have been left around the house, relating to a boy leaving house that Ellie or parents have not shared, like they've kept it. Yep. Carol, I don't know if they kept those couches. Those couches were in the real estate photos. Andrea says, first time here. Welcome. I will try and find that video and link it in the description after the video. Exactly. Seems like they did a lot to cover their tracks. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up, you guys, for now. I do have other stuff that I will be bringing out once I can get it all put together. But let's keep watching, you guys. Let's keep any interviews, especially that they do. Let's have our eyes on them because we get a lot of inconsistencies in their stories. And it's interesting, to say the least. If they're telling the truth, that would never change, right? It's when the story starts changing that you start realizing, wait a minute, and you start picking up on these little red flags. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for everybody who is new. Hope you have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please give the video a like, share it out where you can. You guys have had some really interesting thoughts, questions, even the ones who think maybe Katie and Chris aren't, capable of this or have done it. That's cool. And like I said, I always like other opinions as long as it's done respectfully. So yeah, let's get it out there. Let's keep talking about it here on any other channel that you can talk about it. Talk about it. Let's keep this out there because we don't want this to go cold and we don't want Sebastian's name forgotten. I think that's what Chris and Katie may be hoping for. Out of sight, out of mind. No, we're not going to go away. So thank you guys for all your insight. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your super chats, super stickers, mods. Thank you. You guys really had your hands full today. You guys are awesome. Best mods ever is right here. And I've had them for a long, long time, you guys. So thank you, everybody. My heart goes out to you. I love you guys to the moon and back. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Love you to the moon and back. Bye-bye for now.